You never had a fascination for a particular brand at any given point in time, saying that, man, this must be the ultimate thing,
No.
and this is...
No,
Okay.
no. I'm not brand oriented. I am product oriented. And I think if you see the reviews also, I have no fear that, I don't know, Java will produce the world's best retro tomorrow. I'm not afraid of this idea. I am going in there with the hope that, oh, chalo, is baar kiya hoga. And I'm okay to be disappointed again and again by brands that can't get it together. Rather than say, it's Java, it must be like this, or it's Royal Enfield, so it must be like that. That's not how I think.
No, that's now. What I mean
No,
is
no, from the beginning.
From a younger day.
From the beginning.
Okay.
I don't think I have ever said Yamahas are mine kind of machines. I know that in the formative years, in the early years, there were lots more Yamahas to dream about than any other brand, including the Japanese and non-Japanese brands. But as we grew, as we discovered the internet and learned about more motorcycles, was it certainly like, Yamaha's over, now I'm a Ducati person? No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Today, the fact that I have a Ducati and an Aprilia and a KTM have much more to do with each of those products and what they're able to do for me than the fact that they're made by those manufacturers. It's not like my Duke 390 says I should get a 1290 or a 1390. No, it does not.
Right.
I need a bike that does a certain job. Who makes that?
There's a very important thing that you've kind of gone through, but I'm going to come to that later. For me, it started with that whole thing of posters, right? Remember, like when we were young, that there would be posters in magazines or whatever. And the posters used to be the reason you bought magazines.
Yeah.
And those poster cars or bikes used to be the dreams.
Right.
And the way I think about it is that I, at one point, and it wasn't even in my place, but it was at some friend's place. You remember back then there used to be Archie's galleries, and you used to go buy posters from them. So they used to have Harley Davidson posters, something, a Ferrari poster and stuff like that. And you'd, every once in a while, you're lucky, you'll go and get a couple of them or something like that.
Right.
So वैसे posters. And I remember it being a Harley Davidson, and I was thinking, like, man, this is what a motorcycle is. This is the ultimate, right? And similarly, my dad has been crazy about cars, so we used to have some car stuff around the house. The Ferrari, Porsche, all of this used to be, and you're like, man, this is life. And of course, the biggest of all used to be, and back then, the three-pointed star was truly in a very unique position. Everybody recognized what a Mercedes was, it meant that you had arrived, correct? So the whole dream was growing up as a kid was the day I have a Mercedes, it's like you're sorted, right? It's done. You've got it. So these were all these kind of like those childish dreams around, what it would mean to have a vehicle was so, I mean, how do I put it? They were childish, right?
Yeah, but I think my childhood was more soccer oriented than vehicle oriented. Like I was playing soccer for the school team or whatever. And that consumed everything, all of my spare time.
Okay.
So the posters I had were of Roberto Baggio and stuff. And I don't even remember where I got those posters from, but I don't actually ever remember having a motorcycle poster on any wall in any house that I've ever lived. Never.
Wow.
It's not my way, right? And then somebody from a Raddiwala bought a book that was basically like a book of motorcycle specifications. So they'd have a picture of a bike and they'd have the spec. And I was fascinated with the top speeds of those bikes. And for whatever reason, that book was full of Harley Davidsons that would do 230 kilometers an hour or something, right? So it was very fascinating to look at those. And I didn't have enough knowledge to say that, oh, the sports bikes will be the faster, more fun machines and the Harleys will be like whatever. But I don't remember spending hours with that book either. It was just a thing. And then somebody would say something, I said, see this bike, it does 230. And that was the end of that. So I don't think I discovered motorcycles as a lifelong passion and fascination till I was in class 11 or something. Because automotive conversation was not part of my household. Dad got a car late.
Correct.
And then it was a tool. It was a way to get around. And the Ambassador wasn't a great tool. So until the Maruti 800 arrived, we didn't even honestly drive all that much.
Right.
So my house is not an automotive household. Like when my dad had to buy a car, he went and picked up the old Accent. It's soft. And you could not convince him that it's too soft. No, it's fine.
Correct.
So it's not part of what we do.
So completely different in that sense, because our house was filled with people who were mad about cars.
Correct.
Bikes not so much for reasons we've discussed before.
Yeah.
But cars was constantly a conversation. And some of that, I guess, aspiration or love kind of bleeds through, right? So you assume, and that's, I think, the thing that I wanted to talk about in this is that I think we're told stories.
Yeah.
And those stories are the things when we're young, they really stick in your head
Yeah.
and become like fables. But are they fables or are they truths is what you have to discover.
Consider this your invitation to like, share, and subscribe. Try the main MotorInc channel too. Lots more content there just for you.